all so much. As you can see, I had to change my remarks. I'm gonna cry. Thank you for that beautiful video. I just want to say thank you to the folks who did that, because I think at a time when we're feeling so, kind of not hopeless, but so shaken, that it's really nice to see how much a lot of heart and love and work went into those films. I really want to thank Sheila Nevins for giving me the chance to do that film, Gideon's Army. She bought that film after Julie Goldman brought it to her after 20 minutes of footage. And I think that that says as much about the characters, but it also says something about someone taking a chance on a first-time filmmaker. I don't know how I got to be mid-career if I made 3 fucking films. Whatevs. So I brought my computer because there are some things. I'm going to forget to thank all of you who have done so much to encourage me, even when it seemed kind of crazy to start a completely new career in the middle of your life. But I want to echo what Molly said, is it feels really right to be here. I think we are very familial in all of our dysfunctional ability, which is, there is something about this community. As much as we compete, we fight hard. I think everyone in this room supports one another, loves when we see our colleagues doing excellent work, and cheers for that work. And I think that there's never been a more important time to do that. I really want to thank Tom Powers and Jill Drew for establishing this award, because I feel like we need that right now. We need to know that we have something to look forward to. And I, of course, want to congratulate the other honorees, who are people that I dearly love, particularly Molly and Stanley Nelson. If there's a theme in my work, it's seeing what is so ordinary but beautiful and resilient. And I feel like my kids keep saying to me, stop talking to people, because I never met somebody who, I don't know, I just meet people who are really inspiring to me. And the reason they're inspiring is because you would not think that they could have the courage and the ability to keep going despite so many odds. So if all of us in a room where it costs $600 a ticket can feel like, if we feel hopeless, I'd urge us to all think about the characters and the people that we follow, and think about the things that they do day in and day out to keep going.
That's right.
I try really hard to focus. I really want to also acknowledge that I agree with Molly. I don't know what visionary is, but if it's anything, it's collecting a group of people around you who are helpful and cheerful, or kick your ass when you need it. And for me, that's definitely Julie Goldman and Marilyn Ness, or Cindy Meal, who's like been such a champion. I can't name everybody because I'm going to forget you all, and you're going to be mad. But what I do want to say to all of us is, I try and put Black and brown people who are powerful at the center of the stories I tell, because that's what I see. Not because they're the exception, but because I see them everywhere. I don't see them as victims or helpless or in need of saviors, white or otherwise. I see them as literally inspiring me to be better, stronger, less selfish, less self-absorbed. And so I love this room, I do love you, but it's very white. And we could be less white, we could be less cliquey, we could be less East-West Coast centric. So I thought about the things that I'm gonna try and do. I thought about my part in this election and its result. And I think if there's one thing, I think we're all feeling like we maybe weren't listening. But I want to talk about not listening, because when people say you weren't listening to the great cry of the underclass, I don't think that that's true. I think maybe what we weren't doing was challenging or arguing or engaging, and that's different than not listening. But to my fellow filmmakers in particular, what I want to say to you might be a little counterintuitive, which is this is not the time to compromise. This is not the time to shy away from the truths that we see, because there's going to be a lot of pressure to not tell those stories, to not get them on air. We're going to have a harder and harder time. I'm very concerned about public broadcasting. PBS did not play Trapped in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, the states that were passing trap laws. If PBS does not show Trapped under the Obama administration, tell me how we're going to get a film critical of people who suppress rights in a different administration. So if you're a philanthropist, I hope that you will give more money, and that you will give more, and that you will give it without restriction, because it's going to take time to unpack these stories, and what we do takes time and thought and space, and that's expensive. And I'm sorry. If you're a broadcaster, I would hope that you will continue to look to models like A&E Indie Films and HBO and Discovery and Netflix and Amazon, and bravely tell the absolute truth. When you are pressured to conform, that can be even harder to do. I'm very, very proud to be welcomed into this community so lovingly, and I commit to stay. I do hope that as we continue to try and speak our truths, that we'll be even more fearless in our message.